Queen of Swords. Here you are. Queen of Swords upright. The all-seeing eye. The seeker of truth. The seeker of science. Mathematics. That's why she is the seeker of truth. The Queen of Swords, an air sign, okay? You are extremely tapped into, tied into, on the same wavelength with all things fundamentally true. The laws, right? The laws of physics, the laws of science, the laws of data. Like, you can't argue when the data is showing you something and you can prove it. So as we move into Libra season, regardless of that dreamy Piscean energy that we're coming from with this full moon, you're kind of taking that, and it could be sparking something in you that is actually causing you to be more truth oriented. Let's see what's next. Three of Swords. Okay. You definitely, Aquarius, could be finding out or seeking truth or turning your emotions off to something that hurt you in the kind of soft science realm, the emotional realm, the social realm. So there either may have been a betrayal, a third-party relationship. And I love this Three of Swords here in this deck because it has a white dove, and the reason why they use these birds, and they're also in this deck, I'm very curious if this card's going to be pulling up in this deck, is because white birds, right, swans, doves, or even, lambs, white bunnies, there's an air of innocence to them. So innocent, in fact, that when there's some injustice done, even if it's not major, even if it's not like your spouse cheated on you, or there was a big betrayal or a big deceit that you found out, it hurts your soul on a very visceral level, because it is something that you have a really hard time understanding when it can be much more factual, right? If you, for example, if you didn't want to be with me, why spend a year cheating on me? Why didn't you just tell me? It still would have hurt, but then at least I would have known the truth, and then we would have, because now I have to start healing a whole year later. Those types of things. That's why the Three of Swords is a card of pain and heartbreak, because it really hurts the innocent side of human nature. So you either have one of two responses to this. You find out, you gain truth of something that has happened, or it did happen, and now you're pulling your emotions away and getting back to things that you're very comfortable with and things that you very much know and are solid, that you resonate with. Okay, facts. And I'm interested to pull a clarifier on this, the Hierophant. So yes, if this is a love reading for you, this very much could be a love reading for you. The Hierophant reverse means that there's either a loss of, or you're not going with traditional reactions, maybe, or not following in. This could have something to do with your family too, because the Hierophant is a very family-oriented card. Now, out of the major arcana, we know there's 22 major arcanas, major arcana cards. The first 4 have to do with the individual. This is the first card that has to do with kind of outside energies impacting us. Reaching out for advice, following along the traditions of society, feeling like you're part of something bigger than just yourself. So it's a very important, very, very important card, because it does have to do with being part of a whole. And if you can see, in this particular deck, it does have to do with, there's always the two beings usually, smaller or sitting lower than, and looking up and seeking guidance or seeking growth, really, from here in this deck. So the fact that this is reversed for you, Aquarius, does indicate that you're either breaking tradition or you're feeling separated from a whole. Very clearly, this could be because there was some sort of breakup, heartbreak, or deceit that is causing you to feel very separated. And in this card with the Queen of Swords, you can see these crows are looking this way. So very much detaching yourself from this, detaching yourself from concerning this, or worrying about this, or emoting about this, looking this way, but still very aware of what's happening. But at the same time, with the Queen of Swords, she's such a beautiful energy, because you're not going to let it get you down. You feel it, but it's also not stopping you. Queen of Pentacles. This could have to do with a motherly figure. This could have to do with maybe somebody new coming into the picture, an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of the motherly card. I mean, she's successful, she's stable, she's calm and centered. She is gracious, full of gratitude, and very giving. Right? It's very comfortable to be around a Queen of Pentacles energy. So this is a separating factor between you two. And so this could be someone in your life. There definitely is some sort of loss, or something is occurred. And I hate to say this. It's almost as if someone in your family, a mother-in-law, a friend's mother, has there's a big gap between you. And I don't want to say has passed away. I'm not really seeing that here, but there's a big gap between you two. And this is somebody that was or is very important to you. Whatever happened hurt you deeply. It was out of context from natural societal ways of being. And you're turning your back to it. So we're going to spend a lot of time here. I'm really interested in pulling these clarifier cards, and we're going to spend a lot of time here when we go into the extended. And then we have the Tower reversed. So the beautiful thing with the Tower being reversed, Aquarius, is that this could be temporary. It's definitely temporary, and it's not something that's going to have to require a great deal of rebuilding, or it already has started to be rebuilt. So let's get right into the clarifiers, okay? Shadowscapes Tarot. I'm going to shuffle these for just a second. Spirit and Universe, please clarify this reading for Aquariuses. Please clarify this reading for Aquariuses. I'm doing your reading a little differently than others. I'm pulling the cards a little differently than others. I don't know why. I was almost a little fearful to do your reading. I paused and I thought about doing other signs for a good 20 or 30 minutes. And ultimately I decided that I felt very much inclined to do this reading for you. So leave your comments below. I'm curious as to why I felt so drawn to you. Queen of Swords clarified by the High Priestess reversed. So there definitely is a disconnect within yourself. Something has come to light, and it's almost with the Queen of Swords looking away from the Hierophant reversed and the Three of Swords. It's as if you're choosing to be disconnected. You're turning off to whatever is happening. And I don't know if it's because it's something that you need to figure out, because the Queen of Swords, she's a thinker, she's analytical, she's data driven. So again, because of the laws, the hard facts, the hard truths of this energetic universe that we are in, this construct, you're turning away from the esoteric. You're turning away from the social sciences, the soft sciences. You're not going to, again, I said this earlier, but you're not wanting to feel connected to any sort of societal expected response. Oh my gosh, Three of Swords. Clarifying the Three of Swords. Three of Swords reversed, clarifying the Three of Swords. So this comes back to, again, this might not be as big of a deal as it feels right now. So I think that could be why you're disconnecting yourself, so you can sort it out before really reacting. And the reason why that's even more clear now is because the Three of Swords is reversed. But again, you see this card. Okay, we have the Swan being struck by three swords, and it hurts this creature to the core. And I did this reading, this same conversation came up in the Virgo extended, which is interesting because we had the Queen of Discs here, so you might really be dealing with a Virgo energy. And I think I only talked about it in the extended, I'm not sure, but again, with this innocence, why would someone spend their energy lying or deceiving or hurting? There's proven ways of being in this construct that we call this life, right? There's proven ways. There's gravity. There's science. There's physics. And even though a lot of the soft sciences aren't hard fact proofs, it's still hard for you to grasp. So I think as you try to grasp, as you disconnect from the esoteric side of what's happening inside of you right now during this month, as you disconnect, the severity lessens. Okay? You don't feel as if your innocence has been lost. You may not trust that person anymore. You may let go of that person a little bit, but the severity of how it feels lessens over time, quite swiftly actually. Hierophant clarified by the Strength reversed. So the Strength reversed has to do with a lowered confidence, temporary lowered confidence, not being in control of yourself, not being in control. And I think because this was so out of sorts, this Hierophant reversed, it's really as if somebody that you trusted as a confidant or motherly advice giver, right? Someone that you looked up to for advice. It's almost as if they really, really let you down, and in a way that was out of norm, and you're really having a hard time grasping. It's actually really impacting you, which is why you're so shut off. And I can understand that. It makes sense. But Strength reverse has to do with lowered self-esteem, lowered confidence, and the reason why those things occur, not because you have low self-esteem, but humans go through moments where you have lowered self-esteem, you have lowered confidence, because you're not proud of yourself in how you're reacting or responding to something. So it can kind of turn into a self-sabotage moment. Now, I don't think you're doing that. We're going to clarify these. I'm going to clarify this right now, actually. But when we react a way that we're not proud of ourselves, it causes those effects. Okay, that's a cause and effect scenario. I'm going to clarify the Strength card right now. 5 of Wands, and it definitely bothers you, clearly, because here you are having an internal battle about your reaction to it. You are not proud of how you are handling this. But I think what's happening too is you're not sure how to handle it yet. You need time to pass so you can sort your thoughts. Fair enough. Queen of Pentacles clarified by the Devil. Interesting, Aquarius. Interesting. How are we on time? You know, the Devil has to do with temptation. The Devil has to do with not having self-control. So there could be somebody in your life that you don't have a lot of self-control around, and it's bothering you. It's out of sorts for you. But again, what's so interesting with this Hierophant reversed is you, Aquarius, tend to be who you are and you gain success from who you are, because you do step out of those societal norms. You do accept that, you do understand and know that societal norms are merely societal norms, and people put so much gravity and weight on them and revolve their life around them, when in reality it has nothing to do with atoms, right? And protons and electrons. It's like we place so much weight on that, and you understand that difference very, very much more deeply than your average person. And so it's odd that this is kind of your wheelhouse, but something is occurring here with this person, maybe really falling in love with somebody that you don't want to fall in love with, because maybe they're not very trustworthy. Maybe. But there's definitely attraction there, okay? And if we're going back to that motherly type of energy, you may have found out something that you're not on board with. It's rubbing you the wrong way, okay? The Tower clarified by the Seven of Swords. Now remember, Aquarius, when I said here the Three of Swords reversed, as you take this time out, you may really understand, because remember, Tower reversed, this is going to be rebuilt very quickly. It didn't even break enough to have to be rebuilt. As time passes, you may find yourself realizing that this wasn't as big of a deal as you thought it was. And that's exactly what this is saying. The Seven of Swords reversed means that it may have felt like there was deceit and lies, but in fact it wasn't as bad as it seemed. I'm going to pull one clarifier. One clarifier here. Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity, giving and receiving, having the ability to give, having the ability to help. I'm not going to spend much time on here. I think you're going to know what that answer is. We'll get into that in the extended. But for now, let's pull a couple outcome cards from the bottom of the deck. We do have the Two of Wands. So this is a turning point for you. Whatever it is that you're thinking through here, it's a turning point. Where have I been? Where do I want to go? Where am I right now? And how am I going to get to the next step? So this is a card of contemplating current position and next move. This card can have an indication of loneliness though too, because you're kind of left, or you put yourself in a situation to feel this out on your own, figure this out on your own. But I love this too, because I don't know if you can see, there's animals. There's animals along the way. There's guides that will assist us. Ace of Cups. This very easily could be a brand new love that and then the lovers. If this isn't a motherly situation, your mother, your spouse's, mother-in-law, friend's mom, if that is not the case, which it easily could be, but if that is not the case, you are falling head over heels for somebody, and it scares you to death. It scares you to death. All right? So but the thing is that you're taking this time out to really sort through yourself. You're not running away with your feelings. So props to you. I'm going to get into your extended now. I'll leave your comments below, Aquariuses. I'm really excited which turn this is going to take for you. I love you so much. Thank you. I'll see you in the extended. Bye.